Okay, so we have proved this formula. Now in order to use this formula, of course we need small n so that we can compute capital N, which we can do because small n is the real principal vector of R. So that given R we can compute small n. But what about theta? So I have not given you a formula for theta. So let me now derive that for you. So here I have written down the formula for R, and I have reminded you what capital N means in terms of small n. So small n would be Ni Ei, and R dot small n is n. N is a real principal vector. So to repeat, given R you can compute n, and given n you can compute capital. What about theta? Okay, so let me just quickly write down n square for you, which is easily done as that. So if capital N is this, then capital N square will be this. Okay, alright. Now what I am going to do now is I am going to take the trace of this tensor equation. So let's do that. So I will get trace R should be equal to trace of identity plus sine theta, which is scalar, comes out, trace of n plus 1 minus cosine theta, trace of n square. Okay, n is the antisymmetric tensor associated with small n, so its trace is 0. So trace of n is 0. Trace of 1 is 3 plus 1 minus cosine theta. Now what is trace of n square? Well, trace of n square is this plus this plus this, which you can see is 2 times n1 square plus n2 square plus n3 square with a minus sign. So you can convince yourself this will be minus 2. So you can show that this is minus 2. So this implies that trace of R is, well, there is 3 minus 2, which is 1 plus 2 cosine theta, which implies that cosine theta is equal to 1 by 2 into trace of R minus 1, right? So that's what I have shown you, and let me just kind of make it more legible. Okay, so that's my formula, and indeed that gives me that theta is the cosine inverse of trace of R minus 1 upon 2. So given R, I can now compute small n and theta. Some time ago, I believe in lecture 4, I gave you a different formula for theta. It was in terms of the tan inverse of the imaginary part of lambda upon the real part of lambda, where lambda was a complex principal value of R. So let me just remind you what it meant was that if I had that R has a complex principal value, which is a plus ib, then I had said then that theta is tan inverse of b upon a. Okay, well, the question you may have is this theta and is this formula the same as that one? You can show in the homework it will indeed be the same, okay, by using trace of R. Okay, so that's the axis angle representation. I have a few more comments upon that. So this is an important comment about the axis angle representation. Let R be the outcome of a rotation tensor which rotates all objects about n by angle theta. So this rotation tensor operates on a vector r0 and produces R. Okay, that's this picture which you have already seen many times by now. So here is n, here is r0, and this is the operation of I guess so R operates on R0 to produce R. Okay, so this is the operation of R, taking R0 to R. Okay, that's the invariant plane, that's the projection which remains in the plane, and this is the projection along the axis which remains the same. Okay, so the question then is that how much is the change or the displacement of R0? You will agree it is this vector. Okay, so this vector, which I shall now call delta R0, or rather delta R as I have over there, is simply R minus R0. And from this formula, okay, which formula? Well, I have R, capital R given by this. I can take capital R and substitute this formula over here. Okay, so let's do that. So then I will get 1 plus sine theta n plus 1 minus cosine theta n square times R0 minus R0, right? Or let me actually create some space here, okay, and bring this over there. Okay, so that's delta R is this. Okay, so well, this will cancel with that, and I will be left with delta R will be sine theta n plus 1 minus cosine theta n square times R0. Okay, let me shift all of this up a little bit. Okay, too congested at the bottom. Okay, and let me kind of bring this down. Okay, so that's delta R, and that's this formula. This vector over here, this tensor over here, this tensor is called T. That's T. Okay, and that is given by this formula which I have just derived for you over there. Okay, and this T is called a rotator. It's a tensor. It's a rotator associated with the tensor, the rotation tensor capital R. Okay. Okay, one more comment. I had drawn in this picture, I had suggested that we could go ahead and draw a unit vector along the projection of R0 in the invariant plane. The projection of R0 in the invariant plane is this vector, and that, let us say, is along I. Then N and I together produce another vector which I said is J, right? And J would be N cross I. So now I have a coordinate system E given by unit vectors I, J and N, right? So this triad defines this coordinate system. Okay. So the question then is, let me actually create space and ask the question right here. Let me get rid of all this calculation over there. Just delete it, don't need it. So the question is, what is the tensor R in this coordinate system I, J, N? Okay, and that, as you will show in your homework, will actually be this very simple matrix. Okay, so some of you may recognize this as a rotation about the third axis by amount theta, which is what is happening. This rotation tensor R is rotating about N by an amount theta. Okay, and that's what it is. So please remember this form, it will be useful later on. Okay, so that's enough about the axis angle formula.